get another idol. You get a Mary Tyler Moore star. Ready? Bring her on.
We were just talking about.
Come on over.
How do you do?
Hi, yes.
Cali or Carrie?
Cali, like
Cali.
the first four letters of California.
Yes.
And guess where she's from?
Calla lilies.
Oh, the Calla lilies, yes.
Are in bloom again. Yes.
You're looking smashing.
You know what?
Pamella Roland.
No, very
Please.
What's the word? Very
360
willowy.
for us.
Willowy chiffon will do that, baby.
Yes, flowy.
Yeah.
No, whenever I wear it, it all just goes everywhere. It's got to be a real fancy night, though.
It's true. It's true. It's a marvelous magic fabric, and Pamela Roland does it so beautifully.
It's
She's
gorgeous.
so many Hollywood stars on the, the Oscars, and Angelina Jolie and Kim Cattrall and Eva Longoria, just tons and tons of women.
Well, it's a big night out here for a big cause.
Yes.
Now, okay, somebody like you, how do you get involved with? Oh, we're going to come up to the yellow line because, I tend to migrate. I'm like a flock of geese. How does somebody like you show up here? Does someone just give you a call, and say, "Dear Valerie, hi, we would wonder if you'd be involved." Is that what happens?
I was in town, and I'm deeply into rehearsals for my Broadway play, a fabulous comedy called Looped. I played Tallulah Bankhead.
Heard very good
time.
things.
Have you? Have you
have.
really done? Yes, because we started at the Pasadena Playhouse. And we did several productions since then over the last year and a half, and now we're at the Lyceum, and it's a 3-character play, a laugh riot, very salty language because Tallulah was, you're a little young, both of you. She was the original bad girl.
Okay, I know.
Do you know who she is?
Okay, now listen, I'm not the.
True confession.
No, but
I
also I'll tell you
admit.
that my wife and I love that name Tallulah.
Oh, it is. It's great.
fun
She
name.
was
It is
named
fun to say.
after a falls, Tallulah Falls in Georgia. Yeah.
Now that I didn't
It's
know.
a family name. It's an Indian word, and no one has it except now Tallulah made it famous. She died in '68. And she was a wild partier and a marvelous and a great actress. So we're having a very good time. It's a looping session. We're recording a line for a movie, her last movie, Die, Die, My Darling.
A looping session where you watch the lips and you've got to match your words to the
Exactly,
lips.
because during the movie, maybe a plane flew over or a stagehand dropped something or they need a clean track. In your business, you know what that is. So that's what the play's about, and it is hilarious. I'm telling you, people just scream with laughter.
So do you get the phone call? They say, "Would you mind coming out and being one of our
He said,
models?"
"Can you?" I said, "Oh God, I'm doing a show." And they said, "Well, what if we send a car? Can you arrange the rehearsal?" And our director said yes. So we started early today, and my 2 co-stars got off. The boys left. Brian Hutchison and Michael Mulheron, both Broadway veterans, so they were happy to go home early. We wrapped about 4 o'clock, so I could get here,
you could be here.
get into Bobby Brown and Swarovski.
Those are pretty.
Is this incredible?
Wow.
And of course,
a lot of
Pamela
sparkle.
Roland. Oh, and Brian Atwood.
Oh,
Wow.
well, there you sure.
And
All
the
these
red
designers
nails.
give their time, their effort, and it's, Fashion Week.
yeah, but-
when they're doing their own shows, I think it's wonderful.
But that's it's okay. That's
so
the case.
important.
But also you guys are all
Yes,
giving
sir.
your time to
Yes,
come out here.
we
So
are.
kudos to you guys as well.
Yeah. I had my fitting on the day off, and then today.
Hey, I want to fess up to you though because Cali called me up and said, "Hey, would you mind?" And I looked at the list of all you guys. I'm like, "Oh, would I mind? This would be so cool."
That's great.
Lonnie has another
He's
crush.
so adorable. Both of you are.
He has some acting experience too. I want to know though, between the stage and film, what do you prefer?
Oh God, it's hard to say. It's always what the material is,
So
who
it's
you're
material
working
versus
with.
the medium. It's not really.
Yeah,
that
you're
you
right,
prefer-
darling. It's who you're acting with, who's directing, and who wrote it.
But what about-
I mean, that's really, like on Rhoda, doing that show all those years, it was so wonderful. I wouldn't have traded a dozen mediocre Broadway plays for that experience.
Okay.
But this play is so funny, and the audience loves it so much. I'm happy to come back to Broadway.
But what about the schedule?
But film is good too. I
Well-
love
Well, what if someone said you can only do one for the rest of your
Ooh.
life? You can
Well, then
only
you
do the
kick that
stage
person out of
or
the room.
film.
You mean television?
Mm-hmm.
You can put in
TV,
television.
right.
Television's more normal. You stay in town. I could do my gardening and have my dogs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Film, you often are on location, but if it's a wonderful script, don't make me make that
Yeah,
choice.
come on.
Oh, please, Cali.
I won't make you. I won't force you.
No, she's nice. She's actually very nice.
I do love the theater. It's where I started. It really is. But it's tough, and Mother has to take naps. I mean, you really have to protect, like you guys, if you know you have a scheduled thing you got to do, your life is arranged around that.
Can I tell you though that Lonnie actually did the 6:30 news, or did the news at 6 o'clock, got done at 6:30, and arrived here at 6:59
I believe
to
it.
start at 7
Oh,
o'clock.
listen
No,
to you.
I think it's fabulous.
But when I'm sitting out in the audience and I'm watching you do your show, it always seems like you're saying those lines for the first time, and I know you've done it so many times in a row.
That's the key. That's really good stage technique, that you do arrive at that moment improvisationally. In other words, for the first time. Yeah. And improvise is a French word. It means to not see ahead.
That gets me a little hot when you say it. Little bit it does. I know.
It means to not see ahead. In other words, to not know where you're going. So you
experience it for the first time.
Well, that's just technique. That's why newscasters and actors, you guys report a story, or you're journalists as yourselves. And what we're supposed to do is create people and tell a story that has nothing to do with our lives. Because Tallulah was a lot racier than me. I'm a big bore. She was one of the most exciting personages in show business history.
I don't think you're big.
No,
I can't believe. I don't buy that for a second.
Well, I don't mean it that way. I'm stodgy, a fogey. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Don't do anything.
Now, you know what?
That's why you look so good.
We were just talking about the whole, I just don't relate to people who do smoke personally. I don't understand what the attraction would have been.
I don't either.
But I will say this much, like you said, I'm just kind of, boring. Like, there's nothing boring about you. And I think even like your voice is zippy, and it's something I want to listen to, and yet it sounds like maybe you had a couple of cigarettes.
Well, I've been working. Her voice was extremely low. She was, it sounded like a man.
It doesn't sound so much like Rhoda right now when I'm listening to this.
Really? Well, maybe that's because I've been doing the English accent and pitching my voice much
Give me
lower.
a little bit.
No, I can't.
Okay.
No.
Can I give you some?
I gotta save it for. Yes.
Okay, let me try. Wait a minute. Let's just.
And then we have Polly Parrott waiting in the wings.
From this point forward, I'd like to talk just as a British analyst here. So, what I'd love so much about you, darling, when you waltzed onto the stage, I said to myself, that woman.
What do you think, chat room?
How
How do you rate the accent, chat room? We need a rating here, chat room.
Yeah.
1 to 10. How did Lonnie do? I think you have to do the whole next interview.
You have to do a 10. Looking like that, he gets a 10. Coming
is
out
true.
of the box, he gets a 10.
He has some soap opera stars. He has some soap opera days in the back pocket.
Right.
In the back pocket. That's another
I
lifetime.
think I have to go and model.
Yes,
you
I
do?
think you have to go model.
Oh,
Good
Cali,
luck on
what
the
a
runway.
pleasure.
We will
Where
be
in
watching.
California?
I grew up in Sacramento, the capital.
I know.
Things are a little crazy there right now. The state's not doing so
This
well.
is the best part of the
all
interview
right.
when it becomes just sort of like a little
That's
chit
all
chat
right.
between the ladies here. I'm
And
eavesdropping.
You, my darling, where are you from?
I'm actually from Connecticut.
Right, so we have
cool.
Polly next.
But,
Our director, Robert Jarrow, is from Hartford.
Right outside of Hartford.
Oh,
Okay, listen,
lining
they're
up.
lining up. So,
I gotta go.
thank you so very much.